Today I would like to talk about Newton, the much hyped 4-year-old film with Rajkumar Rao playing the lead role in it. This film was India's official entry for the Oscars Best Foreign Language Film category in 2017, but it failed to make it to the final cut. Newton was sent as India's official entry for the Oscars, whereas the film, it should have been banned. After it had been announced that Newton will be India's official entry in the Oscars, I had written to the Chief Election Commissioner in September 2017 to draw his attention to this film, especially because of the way it had ridiculed India's democratic election process and also the security forces. It was pointed out by me to the Chief Election Commissioner that I had found the film as anti-national since it lowered the prestige of India in the Committee of Nations. I had also expressed the view that the clearance granted to this film for public viewing by Central Board of Film Certification was entirely wrong. I had requested the Chief Election Commissioner that he should intervene and appropriate steps should be taken to withdraw the film's official entry to the Oscars and also review the certificate issued by the Central Board of Film Certification for Newton. But the tragedy is that nothing came out of it. A layperson may ask, how come I was expecting the Election Commission to intervene in this matter? And my reply to that would be that any attempt to malign the credibility and shake people's faith in the democratic election process should be the concern of the Election Commission. It will not be an exaggeration to say that Newton's director, Amit Masurkar, he has got away with murder since he has portrayed the security forces posted in the most affected area as anti-democracy and self-seeking tyrants. The security personnel are shown in the film as riffraff, treating the job as picnic, and the posting in the moist infested forest area as an opportunity to subjugate and exploit the tribals, all under the garb and excuse of making a comedy and a political satire using freedom of expression as a shield. This is most unfortunate, cannot be pardoned. One could have bracketed Newton as a comedy or a satire only if it had not been loaded with a one-sided message that the security personnel, who are actually laying down their life and are always ready for the supreme sacrifice while fighting the scourge of the moist violence, had they not been depicted so poorly in this film. It appears that the script of this film, if not written by a moist, at least it has been approved by the moists and the Naxalites. As the film starts, it begins on a positive note but soon touches the nadir when the police and security personnel are shown as characters bent upon sabotaging the democratic election process by discouraging the polling team from actually going to the village and setting up the polling booths, and not allowing the villagers to cast their vote. Watching the film thereafter was sheer torture. One could sum up by saying the film is mayhem. It's massacring of all that the security forces, the top brass, stands for. Newton, produced by Manish Mundra, should have been banned in the first place. One wonders how the Central Board of Film Certification cleared the film at all. I have toured extensively and interacted with the local population, the district authorities, and the security personnel in the moist affected areas since the early 90s of the last century. I have extensively covered the moist affected areas, first in undivided Madhya Pradesh and then both in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh for a very long time. Moist violence has become the biggest internal security challenge since independence. India's Home Minister reviewed the situation only yesterday. It started as two independent streams in the forests of North Telangana region of Andhra Pradesh and the forest areas of Bengal and undivided Bihar in the 80s and has spread to a large number of states. The moists, they trace the roots to the radical elements that broke away from the CPI and the CPIM after these parties joined the electoral democracy. The origin of Maoist violence is directly linked to two factions of Naxalites: the People's War Group, PWG of Andhra Pradesh, and the Maoist Communist Center, MCC, of Bihar. It is unfortunate that the security forces that are continuously fighting a war with the Maoists, they are shown in such poor light by filmmakers. It is an irony that they turn their back and are blind to the dastardly attacks and mind blasts by Naxalites. Fighting the Maoists, more than 1,100 security personnel have laid down their lives since 2009. But this does not touch the emotions and sensibilities of the people like Rajkumar Rao, Amit Masurkar, and the members of the Film Certification Board. People may wonder, they may ask, why I am raising this issue once more after 4 years. Well, I want this to be treated as a test case. Even now, the film should be banned and removed from the public domain. And this is very necessary because we have to send a clear message that such films are not made in future.